What's up, everyone? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a fabulous weekend. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, why I believe we might be looking at a rally soon. Also, I want to remind you guys, we're doing a free t-shirt giveaway by picking a random comment from a video throughout the week. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, tick the notification bell, give it a giant thumbs up, and leave your comment down below, and that will get you entered to win a free t-shirt. I'll show you the webpage you'll be able to pick from in a few. There's also a free Discord group down below. It's totally free, guys. Definitely check it out. It's a great community, and there's also some other affiliate links down there that really help support the channel. And yeah, use them if you can. Let's see what's going on. All right, guys, as always, I want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This is not trading advice, investment advice, or anything of that nature. There is a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Read it. Looking at the news, just kind of take a quick look at the headlines to kind of give us a feel for what the sentiment is according to the news. And as you guys believe, I don't pay a lot of attention to the news because I think a lot of it is BS. But anyways, U.S. crypto exchange COINBASE is working on some exciting new technology, I think it is, which seems bullish. 70% of Bitcoin hasn't moved in over 6 months. That seems kind of bullish. The man who claims to have invented Bitcoin, which is Craig Wright. Come on, guys. Why do we still talk about this guy? He obviously didn't create Bitcoin. He's a fraud. Yeah, stay away from this dude, man. Anyways, Google, YouTube goes to war with Bitcoin and crypto. Obviously, we know that's not the story. There is still some conspiracies out there that, you know, that was a test run for what is going to happen or whatnot. I'm not sure how I feel about that, guys. I guess we'll see how it plays out. I want to remind you, too, I do have my Twitter account. A link to it below. Definitely join that just in case something was to happen. That and my Discord down below. Join those or follow me on those. That way, if something was to happen, we could, you know, still keep in contact. Next one, Google's YouTube goes. Oh, no, we read that one. The 2010s in Bitcoin, year 2012. What one was this? That's no big deal. Someone say bear market. So there's a mixed, bearish, bullish, whatever. Let's look at the crypto fear and greed index, and we're at 37. We dropped 1 point from yesterday. Still in the fear, not in the extreme fear anymore. And as I said, I wouldn't trade off of this or any of that. But let's look at those longs on Bitfinex. They are starting to rise again. I have it on the daily here. But yes, as you can see, they're starting to rise again. And if we look at the overall, Bitfinex is 90% long, 10% short. BitMEX is almost 50% long and 50% short. Binance is 41% long and 60% short. The total of these three exchanges is almost 64% long and 37% shorts. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty bullish here, guys. I think we may be having a run soon. And, you know, it may not be till the beginning of next week when it really takes off, just because everybody fears the gap so bad in the CME futures. Let's take a look at the charts. Looking at the monthly, we have been watching this here. As you can see, the 13 EMA and the 21 EMA has been holding us right in here. We're getting resistance from the 13, support from the 21. I believe where this monthly closes is going to be a telltale of what's next. But we are getting longer wicks on the bottom of these last 2 months, so showing there's a lot of buyers down here. Another thing we want to point out is down here, the volume declining while in this formation. I believe if we can break this top resistance line, it is going to be a huge bullish move, guys. Probably take everyone by surprise since people are still expecting lower lows. We'll look at the weekly, and in the weekly, same thing, looking at this formation, if we look at the volume, declining almost down to nothing. I would be looking for a breakout pretty soon, in my opinion. And this area right here, the sentiment was pretty much the same. Everybody was expecting another lower low. If you guys were in the market back here, everybody was screaming for another lower low. And just like they are now, like we got to get, there were people saying we had to go to at least 25, 1700, 1800, 1000. And we never did. And they say the market doesn't give you time to buy the bottom. But as you can see, we had plenty of time to buy the bottom here, months before our big boost on April 1st. Will we get the same thing around January 1st? Definitely a possibility. Let's go into, zoom in and look at the EMAs here. We're still getting resistance on the 8 EMA here, which is around the $7,700 range. It's actually about 76.80, somewhere in there, so 7,700. And then the 55 EMA, which is the yellow line here, is right around the $7,800 range. And we're going to take a look at some targets. Like I said, it could be a possible trade setup. If you guys are interested in trading, I do have a Bybit tutorial. I'll leave it up top. There's also a link below in the description. You can get up to a $290 bonus for signing up. There's also another one for Prime XBT down there that gives you a 35% bonus for signing up. But let's look at what's going on here. If we were to come back down and touch here, and like I said, we'll take a look at the targets, but on the weekly, if next week we came down, we could be looking at $5,800 to $5,900 range. And a lot of people are keeping their eye on this 200 EMA, which is right around the 4,950 range. Keep in mind that is possible. Like I said, I'm not expecting them lower lows, but you never know. We're gonna also take a look at the RSI here on the weekly, and we've been talking about this red support line here. And back here, this is Coinbase, so it doesn't have the, push this up there. This is Coinbase, so it doesn't have, you know, any more data from back here. But we did have a capitulation below this support line, broke back through and tested it for support, and that was our bull run leading up to the 2017 bull run. Same thing here in 2018, we capitulated down below that support, got back above, came back down. Obviously, this was a nice run up we had here, but we've corrected back down and got support again on this red line. So it is looking pretty good to me. And we've also had this, if you look at the yellow line here, and using that as a resistance and the white as a support, we broke through this wedge here, came back down, tested it for support, which also lined up with that red support line. And now we've broken out of this resistance right here. Do we come back down and test this one more time before continuing up? That's the question, which definitely is a possibility. We will take a look at that. Let's go into the daily. Looking at the daily, if you guys watched yesterday's video, we've been watching this as a possible widening or rising broadening wedge. Definitely a possibility. Obviously, we have our 77 resistance here. Our 55 EMA on the daily is right around the 76.50. So expect some resistance there if we do get up there. But looking at the EMAs, guys, we are above the 21, the 13, and the 8. We're getting support from the 13 and the 8 down here. We are above the 21 right now, which is lying around the 72.50 range. If we can close above this, I think that'll be pretty damn bullish. This does look like a hammer reversal candle right here from yesterday. Things are looking pretty good right now. And we will take a look at the worst case scenario. And keep in mind, guys, if we are able to come up and break this zone, I don't think we would shoot straight up. Not to say we can't, but if we did shoot straight up in the next couple days, we'd be looking around the $8,800 range. If we were to break that, it'd be super bullish. I do have this $8,500 mark here, which was a lot of resistance all the way back here. So we actually had some support on it. But if we were to break this top line, guys, full bore bull, in my opinion. I do have lower targets here. If we are to break down past this trend line I have here, off of these yellows, we could go as low as this bottom trend line. In the very absolute worst case scenario I see is the 4750 range, but I honestly don't see that happening. But keep in mind, it is possible. I also have, if we do from the swing low to the swing high of this whole move and put a Fibonacci retracement on it, the 0.786, which a lot of people are looking at to be the bottom where we may be headed, is around a $5,400 range right here. It is possible, not to say it's not possible, but unless we break this trend line and this low over here of 6,400, until then, I don't really give these targets much validity. If we were to come straight down and test this again within the next couple days, test this bottom support line, that's going to be around the 5850 range. And that's just to say if we were to come straight down, which highly unlikely. And let's look at the RSI. If we look at the RSI on the daily, if you guys have been following along, we had this falling channel, which we are still in. I also have this rising channel in white. We are kicking up here. Now, I don't see any divergence right here in this area. I will show you some hidden bullish divergence when we go to the 4 hour. But as you can see, our RSI is kicking up here. If we're to come back up and test the top of this channel, which is most likely going to be around that $7,500 range, and we can break above that, we should be coming up to at least test the top of this rising channel here, which is most likely going to be somewhere in the $7,700 to the $8,000 range. We're going to take a look at some other targets now. I'm going to bring up the 4 hour chart. Yesterday, if you guys follow me on Twitter, if you don't, definitely check it out. But I had put this in as a possibility. I'm not putting a whole lot of weight on it. This is just something that looked interesting. Could be an inverse head and shoulders here. Again, I want to remind you guys too, my wife's webpage, inkyyourimage.com. Definitely check it out. This is where you'll pick a free t-shirt from if you win on Sunday. You'll have 24 hours to retrieve it. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below to get you entered to win it. Give the video a like. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Also, there's a lot of stuff in here. She has t-shirts, coffee mugs, beer koozies, hats, aluminum signs. These things are pretty awesome. There's a few different sizes. Glass photos, a lot of that stuff in there, coffee mugs. So definitely check it out. She can put anything you want, any crypto. It doesn't have to be just the stuff you see here. Family pictures, whatever you want, anything. So back over here, enough with shilling my wife's webpage, right? But that is a great way to help support the channel, guys. And she works hard at it, so yeah. But anyways, looking at this as a inverse head and shoulders, if we took a measured move, how you would measure that is from the neckline, which I have the neckline right around the 7,600 range. And you would measure from the neckline all the way down to the head. And then you bring that up to the neckline here. If we were to break out here, guys, keep an eye on this. If this does break, this could be a possibility. But the measured move off that is up to about the $8,800 range. And if that would be, if we went straight up there, if we go back to the daily and look at that top resistance line, if we were to go up within the next couple days, that lines up pretty well with that $8,800 range. So keep that in mind. Will we get another one of these moves here, come straight up and, you know, then dump back down? Possibility. We'll keep an eye on it. That's why I do daily updates every single day, so we can keep in tune what's going on with the market. Now let me get this off of here to clean up the chart a little bit and show you what else I'm looking at. I told you yesterday about a possible trade setup, and that is looking at this right here. This being the top, if we're to break the 74.34, I would be entering along there with a stop loss just below here. It's a lot safer sometimes if you wait for a breakout and then it comes back down to retest. That doesn't always happen, but it does happen quite a bit. In the bottom here, if we were to break down is around the 70 or 7,050 range. If we're to break below there, I would probably go short and put a stop loss just above this. Now let's take a look at these measured moves from here. And looking at this as a, well, this target here, if we were to come down and break down within the next, sometime today, if we were to break this 7,050 range, our target would then be somewhere in the 6150 area. And if we were to, let me get this, I'll keep this down here. If we make a measured move of just this channel going right here, if we were to break down, that would get us about right around 6670 range, somewhere in that area. Again, guys, these targets aren't exact. They give us an idea. But if we're to break below that 7,050, that's most likely where we're headed. That's where I would start exiting my short if we were to go down there. Then if we're to break up above this 7440 range, I'd go so far as to say 7450, 7440, 7450. In that long position, the first, well, I guess I would start exiting right here around this neckline, around 7620, probably laddering out up to the 7816 range. That would be the measured move of breaking out of this here. I also have one more target we're going to take a look at, and that is looking at this here as a flag pull, and this being a bull flag, and not paying any attention to this bull trap, whatever this was right here. Let's pull that up there, and that gets us up to around the 8438 range. So if we're to break through this neckline here, about 7650, come up to the 7886, most likely, guys, it wouldn't be a straight green candle in my opinion. If we were looking at it in a 4 hour, if we did break up here, it would probably look something like this. Come up to that neckline, maybe come back down, retest here, come back up, break through, come back, retest. You know, we could get something like that all the way up to that 8438 range, possibly even higher. Keep an eye on that. That would be, you know, about a week's worth of action if that's the way it was to play out. But like I said, I keep you updated every single day. Make sure you click the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Make sure you click the all on that. Hit the like button. That really helps support the channel, guys. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave your comment down below. That'll get you entered to win a free t-shirt. Thanks a lot for watching. I may see you guys in a live stream tonight. We'll see what happens. We may get some action today. If we do, I'll see you in a live stream. Take it easy. Have a good day.